Making a small walkthrough on some code that Kevin Grant, the Android mobile developer for Tumblr, provided to us at a recent lecture at Pace University. So it was really cool to meet this guy. It's cool to see that transitions are starting to be implemented in Android, and it's starting to catch up in terms of fine details and delightful details in comparison to the counterpart for iOS, which is very delightful. This is the book that we're using in class, Beginning Android Programming, Develop and Design. If you guys have any interest, you can visit my GitHub at amarty65, and all my code is up there for this course, so feel free to help yourself and learn from it, take it, steal it, whatever you want. So the idea was to create or replicate the transition in Android L operating system. First one's a bit slow, but the new HAX emulator platform is so much better than the ARM. I mean, it is unreal. So as you can see, you can now actually see transitions. So we want to create that. Let's go to see some code. So it's very, very simple to do. Probably will take you 5 minutes. All you're going to need is one XML and one Java class. So we can go over the XML first. I think that considering this is a design class, so we'll need 2 elements in our XML document. We'll need a view, which we'll be referencing, and a button to signal the click for when you want to change the screen. So when you create a new project, it auto-generates for you the onCreate method, names it. Also, we'll create the setContent view, our layout, to the activity XML page that you created. But it is imperative that before you let it do that, or before in the order of creating your page, you need to include getWindow, requestFeatureWindow, feature content transitions. So it's been around since the first API level, and this enables you to extend screen features. And yeah, like I said, it has to be called before setContentView, and you can call it as many times before setContentView. But if we don't make this call for the window, then we can't use any of the other features that we will be using. So you guys are very familiar with this from previous exercises. You're going to create a button and reference the ID button and set the onClickListener. Now we have a inner class that we're going to be working with, a helper method. So in here we're creating a view. So this view object that we're creating is going to reference pretty much the entire screen. Now the next value we need is a boolean is revealed. You can call it whatever you want, but we will need that for the conditional statements here. This will determine whether or not the button has been clicked yet, or where it is, so for the transition to do the exact opposite, so it looks smooth. So that's one click. That's when you have the if, and then the other click will be the else. So quite simply, we're going to be using this animator object, which is the superclass of any animation. So these are now new to the 21 API that we're currently working with. And it returns an animator which can animate a clipping circle. The parameters are going to be a view, the center X value, the center Y value, the starting radius of the animating circle, and then the ending radius of the animating circle. And then we'll reverse that over here. So we're going to create the onAnimationEnd object. This is another inner class. This is auto-generated for you, super onAnimationEnd. It's going to receive the same parameters as what was called in the method header. And on this one, we're going to set this view to be invisible. So originally the screen was blue, and our view object is visible. Click view object invisible. And animation start. That would be the end. Adversely, when we want to have the screen reappear, is revealed will be turned into the opposite value. So it was going to go from false to true. Come down to else. My view setVisibility. We're going to do the exact opposite. We're going to make it visible, and then we're going to create the animator object and pass it the same values that we received before. The screen hasn't changed, and just change the start and end values of the radius, and then animator start. So it's quite simple. That's what you're going to get out of this. Let's run it anyway. Beautiful. So I did this, and if I can do it, I'm sure you can do it. So what I showed you is how to implement some new screen transitions that are in the 21 API for Android Studio. And I hope you enjoyed this video, found it helpful. Have a great day.